Hi guys, so for my latest video I did an interview recently for one of the photography magazines, and I thought I would speak a little bit about the subject for it. The question that I was asked was, what lessons would I teach my younger self? So basically with the benefit of hindsight of 20 plus years in the photography industry, what have I done wrong, mistakes I've made, things I would do differently. And the main thing, there was hundreds of things, and in life and photography I could teach my younger self so much that it wouldn't even just be a book, it would be a series of books. But we'll go into that on another day. The main thing I wanted to speak about, the one regret I have from maybe 10 plus years ago, was listening too much to what other people thought. Yeah, you have to have a bit of sense, and if you're going to improve, you need to take critique on board from other people, and you do need to be realistic about your work. But I think if I go back to probably between 10 and 15 years ago, I was trying to do things a little bit different from what everyone else was. That was my thing, was to be different from everyone else. It was going really well, and I was getting noticed. And my wedding work was definitely getting noticed. I was picking up wedding jobs all over the country and overseas, based on having a slightly different style from what else was out there. And then I started entering competitions and going for awards. And yeah, to be fair, I've done all right over the years in awards. But whenever I put anything in that was a little bit different from the norm, and I'm going to show you some examples of some pictures that I liked and judges in competitions didn't like it, and it really affected my confidence and it changed my style. And I just think, with the benefit of hindsight, I really wish now that I just stuck to my guns and just carried on what I was doing instead of trying to shoot in a more traditional way. I think my message to everyone is, if you've got a style of your own and a vision, and there's a style that appeals to you, just stick to it and don't listen to what people say. Unless your work's terrible, of course. I mean, if you're producing stuff that's just really not acceptable, it's different. But if it's just because it's different and it's not what other people are doing and you believe in it, I think you should just stick with it. There was one image in particular which I'm just going to show you, which I took way back in 2008, and it's always, I mean, what are we? We're 12 years on now, and it still gets a reaction when I show it to people. And I've got so much work purely off the back of one picture that I took, and it was pretty much a spur of the moment. I don't even know what was going on in the dark corner in my brain at the time, but everything just came together, and I just took this picture. And I remember putting it in for a competition, and it was just absolutely panned. There was 5 judges, 3 of them were British, one was American, the other one might have been American or Australian, I can't remember. And the 2 overseas judges scored it high, and the 3 British ones scored it really low, and it just didn't do very well. And it affected me. It definitely, I thought, I'm doing this wrong, this is not the way weddings should be shot. And I started shooting more traditionally again, and for years tried to fit in with what I thought was the right way to shoot. I want to go back and start shooting more interesting and different stuff, and trying to be myself again. So if you've got a particular style in mind, don't think that you have to comply with what you're seeing up on the wall in a competition or winning awards, because there's no right or wrong way to do it. There's a bad way to do it. I mean, if you're getting your exposures right and you've got a vision in mind and it's working in your head the way it working on camera the way it is in your head, then there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, that's my message for this video, is just to be true to yourself and don't try and be what somebody else wants you to be. Just be yourself.